I'm sure many of you have heard about this already. That after, and we still have to use the term alleged because of legal ramifications, but because of alleged sexual abuse by over 300 Catholic priests, the Catholic Church, with over 1,300 complaints, now has to pay out $1.5 billion. And although they claim it's going to come from investments and bank loans and things of that nature, we know your tithe is also a part of it. But for over 2 decades, people have been fighting this issue of the Catholic Church and how this Archdiocese of LA had been trying to cover up this entire situation by moving these 300 priests around who were named so that they continue to sexually assault these young people, and trying to cover it up from the church, fearing the damage that it would cause within the church. But here's the thing, and let's be real. First, I'm going to say that this is not something that is just a symptom of the Catholic Church. This is something that happens in every church, in every mosque rather, and in every temple. It happens in every religion because it is a thing of man to do the wrong thing to people who are trusting them. Oftentimes, when men and women are in positions of power, they will abuse the most innocent amongst us. So for those who may come on here and say, see, it's the Catholics, it's the Catholics, it's the Catholics. No. You can find it in the Baptists, you can find it in the Methodists, you can find it in the Islamic, you can find it in the Jewish, you can find it in every version and every variation of any of those religions, or any religion, period. You will find it with people who practice Brahmin and every other religion. You will still find it. And they will all believe that they can obtain some level of forgiveness because of their faith, and that their God is going to forgive them. I want you to think about this, for all my Catholics out there and everybody else of every other religion who's been abused. Based on your faith, your abuser will be standing next to you in heaven, whatever that heaven is, praising this God, forgiven by this God for what you went through. And people will tell you that you had to go through this so they could have learned that, and so both of you can be in heaven. You had to go through the trauma and still believe in this God. They had to commit the act so that just test them to see if they still believed in this God. So both of you had to be tested by your faith to go through this. And that's why you get to sit up there and praise this God next to your essayist, both the victim, all the victims, and their assailant. That is what they're going to tell you. So it happens in all these religions. And yet y'all still believe it. You still follow it. You still accept it. You still believe that this is a book that changes people. And for some, it does change them. I cannot take away the fact that some people were headed down the wrong path, got caught up into a religion, and they became a better person. I can't take that away from some people. Some people it happens. But isn't it interesting that the people who are supposed to be the closest to your God, the ones who are supposed to be giving you your doctrines of your God, your personalities of your God, are the ones who abuse you over and over again, abuse your public trust, and yet you still follow it. You still believe in it. And when you actually study and look at your story, you see that your God, to a certain degree, has taught these people to be this way. When you see all the genocide in the Bible, when you see the mistreatment of women, the mistreatment of children, someone in a comment said something about God doesn't approve abortions. Yet, this God says that if a husband suspects that his wife is cheating on him, and if she is pregnant, that you take some mud and some water and some other stuff and put it together and she drinks it. If she has a miscarriage, then she cheated on you. Sounds like this guy has no problems with it in certain situations. The value of a unborn child is that of monetary value and not of life value. Because according to your book, if two men are fighting and a pregnant woman is injured and the baby dies, then the man who injured the woman simply pays a certain number of pieces of silver and they go on about his life because the infant is treated as property, not as life. But if the woman dies through being injured when two men are fighting, then the man who injured her, who killed her, he has to be killed because he took a life. So it places the life of people born and people unborn as property. So you can't necessarily say that, but that is how people can be on the left and the right of that issue. Because your God is on the left and the right of that issue. Your God is on the left and the right of genocide. Your God is on the left and the right of murder. Your God is on the left and the right of plagues, and you're on the left and the right of witchcraft, and so on and so forth. But this is how they get away with this sort of thing. No one goes to jail, and they get away with this sort of thing. Those priests will still get their retirements. They will still be able to do what they do. And no one goes to jail because y'all keep supporting it. I don't care if you still believe this book. Stop supporting the organizations. The organizations are leading you definitely down the wrong path. But what do you guys think? Comment, subscribe, share, and always remember, you have to free yourself to be yourself because your greatness is non-negotiable. Good journey, good vibrations.